With only 6 days left in the 2018 legislative session, little progress is being made by lawmakers at the Capitol. Governor Mark Dayton is calling on Republicans to provide emergency funding for schools, or he says he will not sign a bill for the state's tax code. Republicans worked all year to square Minnesota's taxes with the new federal tax code, and without it, the tax system is in jeopardy.
I'm not sure the Revenue Department in the state of Minnesota will even be able to prepare the documents for people to file their taxes next year. And if they do, it will likely take a document the size of a phone book.
Governor Dayton previously requested $138 million for 59 school districts struggling with budget deficits. Republicans argue the request came too late and should wait until the next governor and legislature set a new state budget next year. The legislative session ends on May 21st. And WCCO chief political reporter Pat Kessler joins us now live from the Capitol. I mean, Pat, the governor is accusing big accusations of Republicans ignoring children to give tax breaks to the wealthy. I mean, is this just a threat, or is it an actual negotiating tactic?
Well, it's probably a little bit of both, but back it up just a little bit. On Saturday was the Minnesota fishing opener. All three of these guys were in a boat on the lake on this beautiful day that they opened the Minnesota fishing season. And I'm surprised that one of them didn't get thrown over. This is the deal here. These guys are fighting right now. They met this morning over breakfast. We don't know what that was all about because, in fact, that was in private. But some of this is negotiating. The governor definitely wants this, and this time he says he's not going to sign any bill. Here's what's really important. Nobody here needs anything. The legislature doesn't need to pass anything. Everything will be fine during the elections, new governor, new legislature. So this is something they're just throwing back and forth at each other, a lot of mud. Who knows where it's going to go today? Sometimes this happens and they can clear it up by Friday, but at this point no one knows. It's pretty nasty.
Will this mess with our taxes when we come to have to deal with, filling out Minnesota state taxes? Right. The whole point, I thought, was to kind of rectify things with the federal. As you know, if you fill out taxes in Minnesota, our whole tax form is basically based on your federal taxes.
Yeah, here's something that I love. They said it'll be the size of a phone book. I don't know if anybody's got phone books anymore.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's about... Yeah, I mean, that's pretty big. This will be extremely complicated, and taxes for hundreds of thousands of Minnesotans will go up if this legislature does not do anything this year by next Sunday. So that is a real threat, and a lot of people are going to be affected by that. So that's important, but it is not 100% necessary. The state will just run fine without it. In fact, Minnesota will have a windfall of about $400 million more in the budget reserve if Minnesotans pay more taxes. But they want to stop that, particularly because this is an election year. Republicans have a bill that will keep taxes the same or cut taxes for 2.1 million Minnesotans. So that's a big deal, too, and it's as important as fixing schools. I don't know why they all just can't get along and do both. There's enough money for it.
Yeah. You know why they can't get along, Pat Kessler. Don't tell me.
Why can't we just get along?
Yeah, okay. If you can solve that one, we'd like to hear it. Pat, thank you. We'll see you on the news at 5 and 6.